welcome back to my channel. Today is finally going to be my 2023 bullet journal setup. I'm like really behind on doing these, but here is the reveal of my new bullet journal. I'm once again using an Archer and Olive B5, and this was from their holiday edition, and the box alone is just beautiful. But here is my bullet journal for the year, or for this half of the year. It's purple with a silver witch hat on it with silver lined pages, and it's so pretty. I actually got it on sale. I guess it didn't sell too well with their Halloween line, but first things first, we're gonna put my name in this, and I'm also gonna glue down the first page in the bullet journal to the back of the name page because I don't like how that sits usually. So I glued those together to just kind of make it more even and more flush. Then I'm just putting a little washi tape on the main page, and then I'm just gonna stamp my name. Nothing too hard here. I'm gonna rely on my stamps, I feel like, a lot this year because I need to practice like calligraphy and writing a little bit. I like my natural handwriting, but it doesn't quite look right for all spreads. So for now, I'm relying on my stamps, and my theme overall for the beginning setup of my journal is like celestial moons. I kind of wanted to lean into the witch kind of theme. So a lot of this is going to be like moon stickers, planet stickers, and celestial kind of vibes, using a lot of purples and grays on this one, again, to tie into the outside of the bullet journal. And overall, I really like that kind of theme. It won't be the theme going throughout the whole bullet journal this year, but I like it for the beginning setup. So this is my cover page. I'm putting my grid spacing ruler on one side, which I haven't made the ruler yet, but it's gonna slide into that little pocket that I made. And then the actual cover page where I'm writing the year and everything is on the other side. I just made a border with a dark purple or a dark blue, glued down this little like scrap paper, and then I'm gonna write 2023 on the little white piece that I'm gluing down on top of it. So all of the supplies that I'm using for the most part came off of Amazon. If I can find them again, I will link them down below for you guys. And then the paint pens that I'm using are Tombows, and they're from the Galaxy set, which I will also link down below. You can basically get any of this stuff off of Amazon, which is really nice because it comes so quickly. I especially like the sticker book that has a lot of these like moon and planet stickers in it. They're really cool. They're like on clear sticker sheets, so it's really nice to like layer them on top of each other. And then to finish out this page, I just put sparkles all around the white because I thought the white had too much like blank space. So just to kind of fill it in a little bit, I just put some sparkles and stars around the 2023. So then moving into my first main page of my bullet journal, or pages of my bullet journal, this is gonna be the year in review where I put, or like all of the calendars for the year will be going. And I decided to kind of copy Amanda Rachel Lee's setup where she did a Dutch door for this because I honestly don't use this page too frequently. I really just use it to see the calendars and to put in events if I need them ahead of time. So I'm doing a Dutch door for this setup this year, and I really like how this ended up turning out. I'm just kind of figuring out how big I want my Dutch door to be right now and just messing around with it. I didn't like pre-measure anything. I kind of just went into making all of my spreads just spur of the moment, fitting it in when I could. This footage that you're seeing is like over the course of like a whole week of me just doing little bits at a time. So a lot of it was just, you know, I'm just gonna sit down and do what I feel like doing and kind of go with it that way. I'm using my stamps here with the paint pen, which I really like to do, and I made a gradient effect. I did the same thing with my name page, and it works really well, and I enjoyed doing it. So just putting yearly days, I think I put yearly something, yearly dates, I can't remember. But just putting that at the top with some of the stickers and everything around the edges. And again, this is one of my favorite spreads. I think it came out really well, really effective. Oh, yearly log, that's what I ended up putting. But again, I really like it. Everything ties in, I think, pretty well together for my setup this year, which is something that I don't normally feel like, but I feel like it all worked really well this year. I find making the calendars a little tedious, but I also kind of like it at the same time. I'm just measuring out for each one. So there's 3 months on each little like quadrant of the Dutch door. and the calendar will be on one side, and then there's blank space next to it, and that way I can write birthdays or major events that are happening in that month in case I don't have a monthly setup for it yet. And I just did gradient with gray, lavender, and a darker purple. And then I will stamp in the name of every month after that. And then yeah, filling in the days of the month. The writing out of every day is a little tedious, but also kind of relaxing to me in a weird way. I don't feel like many people feel that way, but I definitely feel that way. I discovered after the fact that some of these papers are actual stickers. Some of them aren't, and so I was gluing them down. The one I just glued down though is this actual sticker, and I didn't realize that until afterwards, that I could have just peeled off the back and made that a lot easier for myself. So then once everything's filled out, as you can see, all of the months are there. There's 3 months per little like line, and I love the way it looks. I think it looks so good. I enjoy that spread a lot. Then moving on to my passwords page. So I'm not gonna put a title on this one because I want it to kind of feel like it's a secret, but I do this in every bullet journal because without fail, I either have to make a new account for something, I have to sign up for something new. So any new passwords that I need, I will put on this spread. Or if I need to change a existing password into something new, I write it down here. That way I can look back on it. I probably should just get a password book, but I kind of like having it in my bullet journal. Most of the times I have my bullet journal on me or near me when I need to be on my computer, so it works out really well. Had this last year and I really liked it, but I did go for a much more simple design this year. I'm just making 2 boxes and then taking a light gray Tombow paint pen. I'm gonna write just lines and I'll just write them in that way for when I need them. This should be more than enough space. I shouldn't be making this many new passwords or passwords in general. So I think this will be more than enough and simple, effective kind of spread that works really well for me. After my passwords page, I'm gonna move into one of my like goal pages, which a major goal for me this year is to get more physically fit and just to be healthier overall. So this is gonna be like my workout health challenge page where I'm gonna write out for each quarter what goals I hit, if I hit goals, major things that happened. So for this year, I'll probably be doing more like, not challenges, and I guess challenges. Like me and my husband are gonna be doing a Spartan race back in May. So to get ready for that, I'm gonna write it down here. I'm gonna give myself goals to hit on that. So that's what a lot of this is going to be. I really wanna do some of the Conquer challenges as well, which are just like walking challenges, just to make sure that I'm moving a lot. So I'll be putting these in all of these like quarter boxes to kind of stay motivated and on top of it. And I think looking back at the end of the year, it'll be nice to see like what I accomplished as well. So that's what this is. You could really use this for anything. This is another spread I took from Amanda Rachel Lee, and she used it for her business, and I'm using it for like workout stuff or health stuff. So you could really cater this to however you see fit, which I think is really cool. But yeah, for me this year, I'm gonna use it for my like health goals. After my health goals page, I'm gonna be making a cleaning schedule page, which I'm very excited about because I I would say I like clean. I do like cleaning. I think cleaning has its place and it has its enjoyment, but to stay on top of everything that needs to be done all of the time, I definitely need it written out. I had a Notion page that I had a cleaning schedule on, but I just don't go on my computer every day, so I really need something like physically in front of me to really help. I'm definitely a pen to paper kind of person. Obviously, I'm making a bullet journal, and it's something that really works well for me. I don't turn my computer on every day, so the Notion thing didn't really work. I could have looked at it on my phone, but again, I don't have my phone on me all the time, and sometimes I like to like have a break from it. So the cleaning schedule in my bullet journal I think will really help me, especially for like the stuff that I need to do biannually or quarterly. It's really gonna help. So I'm just stamping in cleaning schedule at the top, and then I'm gonna start making different boxes eventually for different things in different times of cleaning. So I'll have like a daily, weekly, and all of that. But of course, I first need to border the page with some matching paper. And here I discovered, yes, they're stickers. You can just stick these guys down. I don't need my glue at all, which is very helpful. After that, I'm gonna create just a box on the outside to kind of section it off, where I'm gonna be putting all of the cleaning boxes. And then using my stamp again to put in daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and all of that onto the top. Under each quadrant, I'm gonna be doing a box of all different sizes for this. The daily box is first, where a lot of the stuff that I do daily is habitual at this point, like making my bed and all of that. So I don't know what exactly I'm gonna be putting in daily that I need a reminder of, but I guess we'll find out. I still haven't filled out this whole thing yet. I feel like the quarterly cleaning things and the biannual, and the biannually stuff is the stuff that I really need help remembering. Under the weekly box, which is the second box, I'm writing in a number for every week, obviously, so 1 through 52 is what I'm gonna end up putting in here, and that's so I can scratch it out if I've accomplished everything in that week, which I think will help me keep track. It'll also keep track of like when I need to do things, so I can pick a day of the week that I will consider the end and move on. Same thing for the next one, which is bi-weekly, obviously doing half the amount for that one. And so something that I need to, so the things I need to do every 2 weeks will go there, and I'll scratch out that box when I'm done with that one as well. Obviously the same thing with the monthly. The monthly one, I put one in for every single month. And I wrote out the names of the months of January through December. Now I thought about it after the fact, after the spread, that this journal will probably only last me halfway through the year, but it's fine. This is an overview of the entire cleaning schedule page. I really like it. I think it came out really nice. I think it's gonna be super useful and hopefully something that I really utilize throughout the year. After the cleaning schedule, I'm gonna move into my yearly goals. And this page is gonna be really easy to do. Initially, I was going to draw and color in my own moon, but I didn't feel like I had enough time to really like dedicate to drawing right now, because again, this took me such a long time to do. So at the top and bottom, I'm gonna do this gradient, like galaxy kind of coloring. And then in the center, I'm gonna put stickers of different moon phases, and then I'm gonna write my goals all around it. So I didn't want anything that felt linear, because I don't think goal setting and goal reaching should be linear. It should be something that kind of is not scattered, but like you reach it at different times, you have different goals throughout the year. I didn't want this to be like a list I made at the beginning of the year and then that was it. I kind of wanted this to be more flowing and more organic, I guess, in a lot of ways, where I would come in whenever I want, write in goals that I want to hit, scratch them out maybe if I accomplished them. But yeah, I definitely wanted this to be kind of like a free-flowing kind of goals page. So I just put these moon stickers there, put some like galaxy-like sparkles and lines around all of the moons. And then I'll take a stamp and write goals on this page, or 2023 goals. And that's it. And then I'm just gonna fill in all of the white space with goals that I have throughout the year, whether they change, add to them, change them, all kinds of things. I don't think that this should be linear. So I enjoy this page a lot. I think this will inspire me to look back on a lot and keep setting goals throughout the year. After my goal setting page, I move into all of my project panning pages. So last year I did a project panning page every single month. This year I'm gonna go back to doing a yearly spread and see how it works. This will only be again for half of the year. So I'm making little tabs for every little section. So I have my year-long project pans, I have my like quarterly project pans, and then just an extra page of anything else I want to kind of add in or do. So there's gonna be 3 tabs in total for the project panning section. And yeah, again, I'm just making the tabs for it currently. That way it's easier for me to flip through, but I'm hoping an annual setup works for me. We'll see. I really liked having monthly ones for this last year. And if you don't know what project panning is, like if you've come to my channel and you've never been to my other channel, I have a main channel where I do makeup content and I do project panning, which is just working through your makeup. And I keep track of it and I make videos of it. These spreads are how I keep track of it a lot of the times, keep track of my uses at least. That is what this is. This is definitely something that I need in a bullet journal, or I have to have it written down somewhere to keep track of everything, because I track all of my uses here. But I like the way this spread turns out. I'm a little hesitant because of how well last year worked, but I think this might be easier for setting up my monthlies, because my monthlies would take so long because I would have to set up every single one of my project pans every single time. So I'm hoping this works to be like easier over time. So for this is going to be my year-long project pan section. I'm writing in this box, I'm putting product, and then I'm putting months January through June, which is probably all I'll be able to fit in this bullet journal until I need to make another one. And then this is where I will keep my tallies for every product. And then the bottom I put totals for total amount that I end up finishing, because for a lot of my project pans I have goals to finish a certain amount. So that is what I am putting in these boxes, and I'm hoping this works out. This is basically how I'm gonna do every single one of my project pans, is setting them up in a box like this, and I'll fill in these pages. On the other side, I'm gonna make an index, so I'm just using the same washi tape, this checkerboard washi tape, and then I'm gonna write in project pan index, and for every section, I'm gonna put the washi tape there, and then write in what project pans are on them just to kind of keep it straight, but it's just a little index page. So the washi tape ends up matching the tab tape that I'm gonna have on each of the tabs, because I can't really write on top of those, on top of the tabs, so this will be a good way for me to like write it all out. And then the last little setup that I'm gonna do is my 2023 media kind of page. This is where I'm gonna write down all of the media that I consumed, because I have a tendency to forget when and what I've watched when. So I'm gonna be writing, first I'm gonna decorate the outside the same as all of the other ones, matching the celestial paper with all the moons and stuff, just kind of bordering everything. I wanted everything to look really cohesive for the beginning of my journal. So I think I accomplished that. I think I did. Overall, I like the way it looks. But then I'm just gonna create an outside box to border everything. And then on the inside, I'm gonna be doing different boxes for different things. So a box for TV, a box for movies. And then every month I will write in what I consumed and when. I put monthly boxes as well, that way I could write it when it happened. And then looking back at the end of the year, I think this will be a lot of fun to see what I consumed, what I ended up watching, and all of that. On the second page, I ended up putting a box for recommendations. So if anyone recommends me any movies, music, TV, anything, I'll write it here. And then I can look back, and then I made a little note section. I don't really know what kind of notes I'll be taking. I figured there might be something that comes up, so it would be nice to have. I ended up opting out of having full note pages at the beginning of my bullet journal because I don't tend to use them. I think having note pages in individual, like, monthly spreads or individual spreads works better for me personally. So I think this will work out really well. And overall, that is going to be the majority of my bullet journal, or the majority, that is the beginning setup of my bullet journal. So now just going back to the beginning to the flip through, here's the name page, really simple and easy, I like it. The cover page I really like as well. The yearly log honestly might be one of my favorites. I just really enjoy how it looks, and I think it's gonna be really useful and helpful to me this year. Password pages, the health spread I'm really hoping helps me stay on track of my goals with that. The cleaning schedule is another one I really hope it helps me stay on top of things. My goals page, which I really like. I think it's so simple and effective and really goes with what I kind of want it to do. And then all of my project panning grids, which I added in a few more before showing you guys the full setup. And there's plenty of room for any project pans that I want to do, which is really exciting. And then the media consumption page. And then after that, the next one will be my January spread.